Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a very interesting recipe. This recipe is roti stuffed with mince. It's similar like the dhal roti we make, but only thing we are using mince and the ingredients are different. This is my roti already doughed. It's similar to the plain roti that we make, and the roti for our dhal roti. Pranesh will had the link, check here. Then I have 500 gram of lamb mince that are rinsed and drained out. To go with, I have a teaspoon of chopped spice, a teaspoon of barbecue spice, and a tablespoon of Mrs. Ball's chutney. For taste, I have a teaspoon of fine salt, of which we will taste when the making. And then I have a teaspoon of crushed ginger garlic and one chilies that I finely cut. I have one medium onions that I cut fine and patted it dry with a paper towel. And then to garnish, I have a handful of fresh dhania. Now I will start for braising the mince. I've got my stove on moderate heat and my pan is heated up. And as for today, you see I'm not going to use any oil because the mince has its own fats and I don't like the mince to be very oily. So with the heated pan, I'm going to allow this to come a little bit of its own fry for a few seconds. Now the mince released some of its water and it's browning up nicely. So I'm going to add in the spices and the Mrs. Ball's chutney and my garlic and chilies and thereafter my salt. I will give this all a thorough mix so the masalas can seep into the mince. Now I will allow this to come to the complete fry. Now my mince is done, but before putting the stove off, I'm going to add in my onion for it to get a little soft because I want a lovely crunch to the roti. Okay, my onions are done. I'm going to switch the stove off and add in my dhania. But to this point, if you like your roti extra hot, you can add in 1 or 2 chopped green chilies to it, and it will give a nice hot tasting mince curry. Now I'll allow this to cool completely before making of my roti. My mince is cool now. As you can see, I transferred it into another plate so it can cool out quicker. Now I'm going to make my roti to fill my mince. You can usually make it how big you like, and you can even make it how thick you like. Now I'm going to add in my filling. If you like, you can add extra filling to your roti. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to gather the flour from the side, the dough, and make it form into a ball. Sprinkle some flour so it won't be sticky. You can pat it down. If you like to make your roti just by patting it, then you have to smear oil upon your hand and then pat your roti down, and then you get it into a thick finish. But we want to get it a little thin so it will cook in properly. These type rotis won't be rolled to a very big length, so I think this roti is just right for cooking out. I've got my tawa on moderate heat and it's already heated up. Usually you can use a non-stick frying pan, and I have a tablespoon of margarine and 2 tablespoons of oil that I heated up. This roti is not made as we make our dhal roti, because this we had to use up a little oil before putting onto our roti. The dhal roti you usually put oil on top. This had to get cooked nice and crispy. I'm going to add in more of the oil mixture. This type of roti will take a little more time than the usual roti, because we'll have to knead the dough to cook up properly. And now I'm going to give it a second flip. You can see how nice and brown it got. I'll allow the other side to just brown up, then it's done. Now I'm ready to take this roti off. As you can see, this roti, you need it to get a little more browner and stay crispy. So before putting in the next roti, I'm going to add in a little bit oil to the thawa. And these rotis are made slightly thicker than the usual roti. I'll do the very same to this roti to allow it to cook nice and crispy. Now the second one is ready. I'm going to show you how we cut it and how we serve it. We usually take a pizza cutter . It's looking nice. You can see. And this usually be served very hot. We usually serve this roti as a snack where we dip the roti in a dip and have it hot as possible. There you go, your lovely roti stuffed with mince, and we usually have it as snacks.